Hey guys, that looks kind of cheesy. And it is. Of course, you can make this without the cheese too, but it wouldn't be cheesy garlic bread. And that's what we're making. Hawaiian roll, garlic bread with cheese. So let's just get right to it. Let's pull out our ingredients. Star of the show is a pack of Hawaiian dinner rolls. If you can't get them, I guess you're going to have to use just regular dinner rolls. We also need some butter. That's 1.5 cups, 3/4 of a pound, roughly 3 sticks. So there you go. There's your measurement. That's what we need. And it's got to be softened. I've also got a mix of cheeses. That's cheddar, mozzarella, and a little bit of Parmesan in there. I was just using up my leftover shredded cheese, so you could use whichever mix you like. A little bit of garlic. That's a good tablespoon. Some salt and pepper. And a little bit of parsley. And that's all we're going to need to make this. We need to start with our butter first. So there's our 1.5 cups of butter. Softened. And it wasn't quite soft enough, so I actually threw it in the microwave for 10 seconds. You need mushy enough to be able to mix everything into it, but not too mushy that it turns into melted butter. Our garlic goes in first. I just kind of try and mix it around so it's not in one big clump. And then our parsley. I got a good teaspoon-ish. Put in however much you really like, though. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe 1/2 teaspoon or whatever. Now we just got to mush it all together. And you can see that the butter's fairly easy to mush together. We're just going to mix it up until it's all combined as best we can, like that. Put it aside. We need to free our dinner rolls from their package. I've got a baking sheet with some parchment paper, of course. Out of the box, our dinner rolls come. Now we just got to break them apart. Here's an easy trick. Rather than having to pull each one, I just got a sharp knife and just kind of sliced them. It might have been easier to do what I'm about to do when they're still attached, but I guess I'll never know because I pulled them all apart. So our next step is to take each bun and cut it about 2/3 of the way down and form a nice little cross like that. We're going to pull these apart and actually put our butter mixture in once we're done with this. You don't want to cut right down to the bottom. So here's our butter all ready to go, but we're going to take most of our cheese, about half of whatever you've got, and you're going to mix it in with the butter. Now let's get our rolls ready to roll. Get it? Now you take about a good teaspoon-ish. You kind of got to guess because you've got 12 rolls and 1 thing of butter. So the idea here is you're going to stuff each of the rolls, and of course it's messy at first like everything, in the middle. You don't want it going all the way out to the ends, but this butter will all melt down the road. So even though it looks a little messy, it's really not. And you got to leave, I'm sure you can see from the ones in the front that I didn't go all the way to the end. You got to take into account the butter melting in the oven. So while it doesn't look super pretty at this point, once it's done baking, it's going to look fantastic. And I use that whole bowl, 1.5 cups of butter, all went into these. Looks pretty good to me. Now into the oven this is going to go, 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. So at the 15-minute mark, I took them out. It's all nice and melty and garlicky, and it smells fantastic, but we're not done. The rest of the cheese that we saved goes on top. And there wasn't a ton left. You don't want a ton. Well, maybe you do, because as I'm getting done, I ran out of cheese. So we go to the well and get some more cheese. And I thought, well, they're my garlic buns. I want more cheese. I put a pinch of cheese on, and that was probably another I think that was a good half a cup or so. Whatever you'd like. This is going to go back in the oven now for 5 minutes just to let the cheese melt. Make sure you don't turn off your oven while you're doing this, because I had no idea the oven was off. So they're not completely melty, but they were just fine for what I wanted. Put them on a plate, and there you go. Hawaiian roll cheesy garlic bread. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.